In this video, we will practice the power rule, which we talked about in the previous video. I kind of showed you the shortcut of how to find a derivative. So the first method we use is the power rule. So I think we did it with x squared. So we had y equals x squared. Remember, you take the exponent, so we'll say y prime, you multiply it by the coefficient, you rewrite that, and you lower the power by 1 to get to the first power. So we'd say y prime equals 2x. If we had, I think we also did something like this, x squared plus 2x. Y prime would be, bring down the 2, so 2 times 1, we get 2x plus 2, because 1 times 2 is 2, and then x to the 0 power. This would be what's new. I don't think we did this in the last video. So if we had the derivative of a constant, 3 for example, it is 0, because you could put x to the 0 power there if you wanted to. And then when you multiply this down, we get 0. So that's the power rule. We will practice that. And we have our first 2 trig functions. We're going to learn all 6 of them, but for right now we have 2 of them. Derivative of sine of x is cosine of x, and then cosine is negative sine. As we learn these, please try to memorize them. Derivative of e to the x is e to the x, one of the easiest ones we do. But I do want to show you how we get that. It's important because it's not always going to be e to the x. It could be just an exponential function. So what we do for e to the x is we rewrite the function, we rewrite it, you times it by ln of the base, and then you times it by the derivative of the exponent. So I'm going to rewrite it, ln of the base times derivative of the exponent. ln of e is 1, this is 1, that's why we end up with e to the x. Okay, for number 1, I'm going to go through the different notations as we work through this. We have y prime, which we've talked about. We can also do dy dx. dy dx is the derivative of y with respect to x. And then when we have function notation, we could put f prime of x or g prime of x. For number 1, we've got y prime. Bring down the 12, we get 12x to the 11th power. For number 2, we need to rewrite it first. For right now, until we get into the different rules, we have to do product rule, chain rule, quotient rule. You want to rewrite it to get it to be somewhat of a polynomial type function. So I'm going to say y equals 3x to the negative 7th power. dy dx, the derivative of y with respect to x. Bring down the 7, you get negative 21x. Lower the power by 1, you get negative 8. You can leave it or you can rewrite it as negative 21 over x to the 8th power. For number 3, again, we want to rewrite the function to start with. So g to the x is x to the 1/4 power. Now I can apply the power rule. So we're going to get g prime of x, 1/4 x, lower the power by 1. It's 1/4 minus 4/4, which is negative 3/4. Again, if you want to rewrite it, g prime of x, and it will be 1 over 4 x to the 3/4 power. For number 4, g prime of x is equal to 6. Remember, constants go to 0. For number 5, dy dx, there's a 1 there, so 4 minus 9x squared. For number 6, with a trig function, I think at the beginning now, until we get into these other rules, I can explain it a little bit better. I would just take out the constant and then find the derivative of the trig function. Let's just say that for right now. So f prime of x, you just write the constant and then do the derivative of the trig function. I can explain it better once we do the product rule, but for right now, just take out the constant and then find the derivative of the trig function, negative sine of x. F prime of x, we're going to get negative 3 sine of x. For number 7, y prime, the 7 goes to 0. You write this, and then you find the derivative of sine of x, which is cosine x. For 8, we want to rewrite it first. G of x is equal to x to the minus 1, e to the x minus 1. G prime is going to be negative 1, x to the minus 2, plus e to the x is e to the x, and the minus 1 goes to 0. So G prime of x, we have negative 1 over x squared plus e to the x. Same thing for number 9. I would treat e to the x. Just take the coefficient. So in this case, it's 3/4. Just write the 3/4 and then derive e to the x. And again, once we do product rule, I can explain this a little bit better, but we'll say y prime is 3/4. Derivative of e to the x is e to the x plus 2, and then we do cosine, which is negative sine of x. So we have y prime, we get 3/4 e to the x minus 2 sine of x. This is asking us to find the slope of the graph of the function at the given point. So that means to find the derivative at the given point. So I'm going to rewrite the function. So we get f of t equals 2 minus 4t to the negative 2. We'll do f prime of t. The 2 goes to 0. And then negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. T, lower the power by 1, which is negative 3. So you can leave it, but since we have to plug in the value of x, I am just going to rewrite it. So we have 8 over t cubed, and we're doing this at x equals 4. So we get 8 over 4 cubed, which is 64, I believe. So 8 over 64 is 1 over 8. For number 11, we have g prime of t. We get, again, for the trig functions, just write the constant and then find the derivative. Cosine is negative sine of t, and the 5 goes to 0. So g prime of t is equal to 2 sine of t, and we're doing this at, I was going to write x equals, but it's actually at t equals pi. 2 sine of pi is 0. And for 12, we've got f prime of x, negative 4 e to the x, and we're doing that at 1. Negative 4 e to the first, negative 4 e. Find the equation of the tangent line. In 11 or 10, 11, and 12, they only want us to find the slope at the point. For 13 and 14, they're asking us to find the equation of the tangent line. So now we're going to find the slope, but then we're going to go ahead and plug back in that point. F prime of x, we get 3x squared plus 4x, and we want to find out what f prime of negative 1 is. 3 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1. We get 3 minus 4, which is negative 1. So the slope at x equals negative 1 is also negative 1. I'm going to do y minus 2 equals m, x plus 1. For number 14, we want to make sure that we rewrite it first. F of x is equal to 2x to the 3/4 power. F prime of x will be equal to 2 times 3/4, which is 3/2. Lower the power by 1, so I'm going to subtract 4/4, which is negative 1/4. F prime of x is equal to 3 over 2, the 4th root of x. We're going to do this at x equals 1. The bottom just becomes 2 times 1. We end up with 3 over 2. That's the slope. The equation of the tangent line will be y minus 2 equals 3 halves x minus 1. Determine the points, if any, at which the function has a horizontal tangent line. A horizontal tangent line means the slope equals 0. Think about a horizontal line. It's just saying that it would be something like this. So that would be a horizontal tangent line. The slope is equal to 0. We'll find the slope here, dy dx. You get 3x squared plus 1, and we want to set that equal to 0. In this case, there is none. We don't work with imaginary numbers, so if you bring over the 1, divide by 3, if you're going to have a negative, take the square root. We don't take square roots of negatives, so there is none. Y prime is equal to 2x. We're going to set 2x equal to 0. We get x equal to 0. Now, if x is equal to 0, this means it's happening at x equals 0. I could find the coordinate by plugging it back in. We could say y equals 0 squared plus 9, y equals 9. So this is actually happening at 0, 9 is the point. For number 17, we're going to find the slope. Y prime, we get 1 plus 4e to the x. We set that equal to 0. We're going to have the same issue here. You get negative 1 over 4 equals e to the x. Remember, e to the x can never be negative. It's an exponential function. We would say none. You could take the ln of both sides. Let's say you didn't recognize that, and you went to ln this side. Cancels ln of this side. We can't take the ln of a negative number either way. And then for number 18, I believe this was a typo. This should have been root 3 and then x. We can't derive that right now until we do the chain rule. I'm going to start with dy dx. We get root 3 minus 2 sine of x. We set equal to 0. Bring over the 2 sine of x. When is the sine of x equal to root 3 over 2? We're looking at a reference angle of 60, so pi over 3. And then it's the first and second quadrant, pi over 3, and then 2 pi over 3. Those are the two x values you have to plug back into here to get the two y values that correspond to it.